Good morning, all. Thank you very much for waiting. I don't want to say that today is a good day for NATO and a good day for Ukraine. This morning, the leaders of the G7 reaffirmed our unwavering commitment to the strategic objective of a free, independent, democratic, and sovereign Ukraine within its international recognized borders, capable of defending itself and deterring future aggression. The NATO allies affirmed that the security of Ukraine is integral to the security of the Euro-Atlantic region. The allies we all consider Russia's illegal and unprovoked invasion of Ukraine to be a threat to international peace and security, a flagrant violation of international law, including the UN Charter, and in comfortable with our security interest, we will stand with Ukraine as it defends itself against Russia's aggression for as long as it takes. Now, I know there's been some talk, and there has been a lot of talk about where NATO stands, where the United States stands with Ukraine. Let me tell you this, and I think all the NATO allies will back me up on this, that NATO is 100% behind Ukraine. The United States, under my administration, is 100% behind Ukraine. Today, we are launching negotiations with Ukraine to formalize through bilateral security commitments and arrangements aligned with its multilateral framework in accordance with our respective legal and constitutional requirements, our enduring support to Ukraine as it defends its sovereignty and territorial integrity, rebuilds its economy, protects its citizens, and pursues integration into the Euro-Atlantic community. Among the items we will pursue with this endeavor is strengthening Ukraine's economic stability and resilience, including through reconstruction and recovery efforts to create conditions conducive to promoting Ukraine's economic prosperity, including its energy sector. And you've heard me talk about this for a long time, and I understand that we are in the midst of fighting a war in a theater. I get it, I understand. But we need to start thinking about the future. We need to start thinking about a Marshall-type plan to rebuild Ukraine when that day occurs. In the event of a future Russian armed attack, the Allies will intend to immediately consult with Ukraine to determine the appropriate next steps. We intend, in accordance with our respective legal and constitutional requirements, to provide Ukraine with swift and sustained security assistance, modern military equipment across land, sea, and air domains, and economic assistance to impose economic and other costs to Russia and to consult with Ukraine on its needs as it exercises its right for self-defense enshrined in Article 51 of the UN Charter. To this end, we will work with Ukraine on an enhanced package of security commitments and arrangements in case of future aggression to enable Ukraine to defend its territory and sovereignty. In addition to these elements, we will remain committed to supporting Ukraine by holding Russia accountable. Let me say that again. We are holding Russia accountable. Russia is 100% accountable for its actions in Ukraine. This includes working to ensure that the cost to Russia of its aggression continues to rise, including through sanctions and export controls, as well as supporting efforts to hold account those responsible for war crimes and other international crimes committed in and against Ukraine, including those involving attacks on civilian infrastructure. There must be no let up in the prosecution of the individuals involved with this when it comes to war crimes and other crimes in this. We, as a group, commit to holding the people responsible for these actions for this in accordance to international law, including by supporting the efforts of international mechanisms such as the International Criminal Court. We affirm that through each of our representative legal systems that we will prosecute appropriately those involved in this action. For its part, Ukraine is committed to do the following: contributing positively to partner security and to strengthen transparency and accountability measures with regard to partner assistance, continuing implication of the law enforcement, judiciary, and anti-corruption, corporate governance, economic security sector, and state management reforms that underscore its commitments to democracy and the rule of law, respect for human rights, media freedoms, and its economy on a sustainable path. Advancing defense reforms and modernization, including by strengthening democratic civilian control of the military and improving efficiency and transparency across Ukraine's defense institutions and industry. We are all ready and committed to contribute to this effort, and we will do what it takes to get Ukraine on a path to NATO membership. Like I said yesterday, I know that Ukraine would like to have full membership, but it's not the time. It's not the time. When the hostilities end, through either a ceasefire or a termination of the war, then discussions can begin for membership into NATO. Those are some of the conditions that I believe were asked of Ukraine. And I think there's an understanding of that now. I know that the president came to the summit really wanting the allies to welcome him in with open arms. And I think the commitment that the allies are doing right now with this bilateral framework that they talked about over the last couple of days is going a long ways. Having Ukraine in the discussions in as formal a manner as NATO can do right now is a positive thing. And there will be a day. It may be a while, but there will be a day that I believe that that Ukraine will be welcomed into NATO's fold with full membership. Again, I think one of the key things we have to look at is the end of hostilities in Ukraine. For that I think is a major thing that's holding back commitment to membership, because we all know what happens if that were to occur. We all know what happens with Article 5. So I think this is a very positive step, an encouraging step, and the Rogers administration is looking forward to continuing work both with NATO and Ukraine as we continue the path forward. Thank you all very much. Thank you.